believe you're live.
I am live.
I believe you're live, sir.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Rome, Italy.
Yay!
Yay!
Wait, if you can hear us.
If you can hear us, say espresso.
Really, that's what you chose?
Because it's one of the only words we know how to say here.
How about ciao?
I don't know how to use the word ciao properly.
Ciao, bellissimo.
I thought it's goodbye, but people say it to us when we come into places, but I do know how to say espresso, and we've been getting lots of those.
Okay.
Hello, everyone.
I'm just checking if we're live. Ducky, you keep going.
Okay.
I'm just going to click on this here.
So one of my favorite things to do whenever we travel is to go to local markets and to get a whole bunch of fresh things that they have and to go home, chop them up, eat them up, see what they're like. We've been in Rome now since like Monday night
we came in, yeah.
We haven't actually seen any of the sites yet. We haven't gone to the Colosseum, we haven't gone to the fountain. Those are all lovely, I'm sure, but we've really just been interested in the food that we've been eating here. So I want to show you the kind of things that we found.
Let me ask you a question.
What up, girl?
So here's our thing.
Yeah.
I see everybody chatting, but
Right.
I don't see a video of us. So I cannot see if we can actually...
Are we actually live?
Like,
can you see us?
I know we're live. I just don't know if you guys can see
Can you
that
actually
we're live.
see that
is
we're
the
live?
problem.
Is there a...
Yeah, see, I have
Can
no
you
idea.
see us?
Oh my god, look at all the emojis
Yeah, some people
through.
some people are saying espresso, but can you
The
see
question
us?
is, can you see us?
Because I can't see us on here.
I know. I'm gonna eat this bean while we're waiting because I am so hungry.
Okay, so somebody could say if they could see us.
I see lots of people saying where they're from. I see, yep,
Yeah,
Good morning. Hey guys. Yep.
Yes.
I
Okay,
guess
you
so.
can see us. Perfect. It's just the phone. Okay, lots of people can see us. Okay, I'm gonna put this away.
Everyone's like, oh, I can see you,
Okay.
and it's like, brrr.
So first,
How about you
let's
pop up?
grab a glass of wine for each other.
Chotomate.
What?
Can you see if I'm in the frame?
You were in the frame last time I checked.
Well, I framed Simon because he's the tall one, so we have to basically rely on Simon's height as the height.
Oh, girl, you're gorgeous.
I'm not asking if I'm pretty. I had a nap and I feel really tired.
Oh, okay. So here, let's.
All right, guys.
have
Whatever you're doing,
some of our wine
coffee,
right here.
milk, water.
Okay.
It is 3 p.m. in Italy, and this is our lunch.
And we're drinking wine for lunch. This wine is a very special wine to us. So we've been looking around for like some good Italian wines. There's this little butcher, and they sell cheese in Trastevere as well. And it's called Antica Cacciara. And they actually sell their own wine for €4, which I think is like $6 or something along those lines. Not a super expensive wine, but I love it. I love it more than the other red wines that we've had, because we've been to a fancy place and I didn't really like their wine as much as I like this one right here.
So the four to 5 days that we've been here, we've been trying to get to know, like, you know, the local groceries and everything.
Right.
And today, for the first time ever, the butcher recognized that we came in more than once.
Oh, yes.
And he said, nice to meet you, and he's like, Roberto.
Right.
And then he got our names, and
he
we were
gave
like,
us his card, he knows their names, except I think when I said my name, he's like, oh, and then when Martina said Martina, he's like, Martina! So I think that from now on, it's just going to be and Martina.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yep.
But this place,
Can you pass me my phone?
this place is in Trastevere, and they just make wonderful wine. The man is, I finally figured out how to describe him, because you see me, he's wearing this like little butcher's coat, and he's got this button-up shirt and a tie, and he's got this like light blue like sweater vest that goes on top of it.
He's so lovely and charming.
Little thin man with like a nice like clean haircut and a big mustache. He looks like Mr. Rogers with a
good
mustache,
description, I think.
and he just speaks so soothingly.
It's
He like.
and
he
the picture we
sings
saw up
out
on the
his
wall
words.
of them being there forever.
Right, they've been around for a very long time.
Really long time.
And they just make wonderful, delicious meats. So let's show you some of the things that we found. I feel like this is an unboxing video, except instead of technology, I'm going to show you meat and cheese, because those are the kind of unboxings that I want to do.
Okay,
Okay,
I've
so
got.
what are we going to grab first?
I've got this over here simply because I am an old woman who cannot read the screen.
Oh, you can't see the screen from this distance.
No, and I also
Okay.
I don't know what's happening in this side because it's not
So
really
whenever there's a new sponsor,
right. But I can't read their messages.
no, new sponsors don't leave messages. It just says, hey, we have a new sponsor. So thank you to Traveling Marshmallow for becoming a sponsor. Thank you, Elga Rutt. for becoming a sponsor. Thank you to Julia, Fontana, Belle, Desad, Nymeria, and Alfie. Thank you all for becoming sponsors of our channel. You might notice that you have access now to special emojis. So do a little colon, type EYK, and you can see all the fun stuff.
You know what's something that's really funny about Simon and Martina on camera? Simon is much more quiet in person. When we are on camera with you guys, I am always being like, like I can't get a name in. And Simon's like, and this and that. And this is like Simon is a teacher. When he was a teacher, he was so outgoing and like, you know, trying to encourage the students to talk.
Right.
But as like a Simon in real life walking around, he's not that talkative. I'm the one who's the chatty one. But on camera, I feel like you think of everybody as not students, but as like people that you want to share a story with and chat with.
I'm just
you know?
very passionate about the message that I want to share with you.
I know. It just makes me laugh really hard because I've been trying to say something, which was someone wrote past and they went, "Konbanwa, it's 11 p.m. in Japan."
All right.
And it said it in Japanese, and I read it super fast, and I was like, I know someone said Simon, quiet. I know.
I'm very contemplative.
He's not usually quiet. He's just. Let me ask you guys this: you can keep, sir. You are welcome to continue cutting the meat.
People need to see what we.
And you can cut the cheese. It's a joke about farting.
Good one. Good one. You're this is a good one.
Anyhow, if you're an introvert or an extrovert, I am an extrovert. I get my energy from meeting people and talking to them and being outgoing. Mm-hmm. Simon's an introvert, so he does not get his energy from chatting with people. He gets his energy from being like, what's the meaning of life? Mm-hmm. This hot tub is filled with water and I need to think about being a Trastevere Rome. I'm just saying. Okay, wait. While you unpack the cheese.
Hey, girl.
What?
Is that a vampire? It just feels cold and wet.
Sorry.
That's the lamest vampire ever.
Sorry about that.
Who taught you how to do that?
Where are you guys from? While we unlock some cheese.
Okay, so yesterday we went to this place in Rome called Bonci Pizzeria, which we heard was really popular. But very close by, what got us really excited was this like butcher that's not the one here in Trastevere.
Oh my god.
Yes.
The most good-looking gray-haired man I've ever seen in my life.
Whoa, that was a good-looking
handsome
dude.
Man. How old do you think he was?
Oh, I don't know.
38?
He
was
had
vampire-y.
His hair was solid gray, just gray and white, but he was very slim. His eyes looked young.
Young, and he had one of the most perfect little twisty mustaches, and he's wearing a white
and he had a little
coat.
anchor tattoo on his hand right here.
You know what? I might be able to dig up a creeper picture of him and show you guys.
The name of the shop we went to is La Tradizione, which I'm sure is mispronounced.
Was perfect.
I don't know how to say thank you yet. I keep on trying to say, but I keep on saying instead arigato.
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 Konbanwa.
Doesn't work that way at all.
Here we go. Hang on. Let me see. It's a creeper shot. I have to zoom into a picture. Can you guys see him? That's him there. Unfortunately, this is like a look at him.
Dude.
Look at that.
It's a good-looking dude.
Can you see?
Anyhow.
This is the shop.
So we asked him for some prosciutto, and he like carved delicately around the bone.
Yeah.
And then he started thinly slicing everything really nicely that way, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. So what we have here from them is this gorgeous. Oh.
Okay.
This is a goat cheese right here. Can you take a look at that right there? It's got this nice little brown crust all around it.
It's an aged goat cheese, and this is the one that was like goat, sheep, and cow coming together.
Right.
Right?
And when I asked him for a goat cheese, they're like, do you like a mild or a strong? And I said strong. He's like, do you like strong or
very strong?
Homie, I'm just going to try your strong stuff for now.
Yeah.
Here we also have, oh man, this is...
Hang on a second. Me boobs leaning in. Sorry, guys.
Stop showing everyone your boobs here.
Why is this going this way and not that way?
Stop touching everything. I had this
I want
laid
to
out.
touch everything. I want to touch it all.
Okay.
There we go.
So what we have here also, what did you order here? This is just a gorgeous
salami.
Old salami.
Let's see if I can hold
it.
it.
You can see the strings all around. Let me reach for it so you don't hurt your shoulder.
Yeah.
Look at that gore. It smells oily. You can see the sheen and the gloss coming off of that right there.
While you do some cutting of the food.
Let me start chopping this up.
We got people in the house from Malaysia. We've got Hong Kong in the house. We've got Jelena from Croatia, which we're so close to you. We're just across the way.
I think it's Jelena, not Jelena.
Oh.
Is it with a J?
It was a J.
J-E, I think that's Jelena. Are we supposed to cut off the skin around this or no?
Guys, help me here. No,
How do
you
I-
have to pull off the
No, because
string.
okay, so
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
cut
yeah.
through the rope. But then like this got like a hard bit of.
Maybe we can pull it off on our own. We don't know what we're doing. Is it okay with the outside part?
I think so.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
We got Amsterdam, we got more Croatia, Norway, we got more Malaysia, we got Singapore, Illinois, England, lots of Croatia in the house. Serbia, we got Australia. We've got Korea, we've got Turkey, Scotland, Illinois, Etobicoke. Don't think I didn't see it go by. Yes, I'm a very fast reader, by the way. Estonia, South Africa, we've got France from the Bordeaux region, Indonesia, we have England,
Okay.
Germany, Scotland, Turkey, Belgium, Japan, New York, Florida, Denmark, Melbourne.
Pass me some more meat, love.
Yes, I shall.
Okay.
I don't know
have
what
here?
this is.
Is this meat?
Let me unwrap it and see what
Okay,
it
you
is.
wrap it. Show people what's inside here. Oh, that's
This
the.
is a cheese.
Is that the sheep's milk cheese that we have?
Oh yeah, guys.
Oh, look at that.
Can you see
Beautiful,
this?
creamy,
Ooey
English
gooey
forward.
magic. I think we can
Look
put the
at that.
cheese on my thingamabob.
Okay, you'll have the cheese side. Look at it melting off of there. Hey, love, what does this taste like? Tell me. You don't want to lick my
Have you
finger?
washed your fingers lately?
Yeah, in like
I get sick
sewer
very
water.
easily.
Okay, I'll tell you
I'm-
instead.
Scared.
It tastes like heaven.
Oh,
Maybe you should have first started cutting the bread.
should have first started cutting the bread. Look, we didn't plan out
Oh my god.
this cheese cutting all too
Oh
properly.
wow. That is
What else do
absolutely
we have
fantastic.
here?
We've got these over here as well.
Okay, this here. Okay.
So while you talk, Danielle B said she can't stick around, but she said she's popping off because it's 1 a.m. Thank you so much for super chatting.
Mm-hmm.
And Roxanne said they're in the normal time period for Europe. She said it was her 26th birthday on Tuesday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Simon's birthday is coming up on the 20th.
Here we have some thinly sliced speck. This beautiful, you could smell the smokiness coming through. This is just like a
I'm going to pop up with this one
bacon?
for you guys.
Bacon? I'm not sure.
It's like a smoked prosciutto.
Smoked prosciutto right there. Look at that gorgeous speck right there.
It's like unwrapping a birthday present.
Oh, this is my birthday. If I could eat this for my birthday, I'd be very pleased.
Guess what I'm doing for your birthday?
More of this.
More. I think what's great about going to a butcher as well, though, is that you get to know what the local. Oh, guys.
What's that? What's that one right there? Oh, which one? I forget which one
Me
that was.
too, because we just told them for like a bunch of different animals that we
Can I have some cheeses?
There you
What's
go.
This one? This one is.
Let's find out what's behind paper number 2. Ooh, tell me if you know what it is. I know what it is.
Is that the prosciutto?
No,
What is that? Oh, that's the mortadella.
You gave away the answer, sir.
it's supposed to be a surprise.
Okay, look at
Just a
this
couple pieces.
beautiful, greasy, huge mortadella.
It's like adult bologna.
Like the size of your face.
Oh, this is the ricotta, which
We're saving the ricotta for later. We shouldn't have pulled it
I
out.
know, guys.
Here we have the mortadella.
Now this is the special one.
Is that the prosciutto right
This
there?
is the prosciutto. Can you guys see how thick it is? Now the reason why this is so thick and ginormous is
Yes.
because the gentleman with the mustachio and the gray hair literally hand carved this from a gigantic leg for us.
This isn't from a machine, so this is all hand carved. Gorgeous prosciutto.
Wow, look at that.
Look at the size of this beautiful meat right here.
I mean, do we have
I'm
enough?
sorry to all vegans. Vegans?
The vegans.
To all the vegans.
The new type of vegans is the
and
vegan.
Vegetarians. This right here is my jam.
Isn't that wrap so pretty, guys? You guys are telling me
Oh.
how. And this we've never had before. This is like a head cheese, which is not
Oh,
cheese from
right.
the head, but it's like hooves and.
This is a thick piece. I'm just gonna try some.
Go for it.
Mmm. Mmm.
Nice.
Meaty, oily goodness.
And I'm going to show everybody the salad.
Show the salad.
This is fresh mozzarella.
Mhm.
And fresh tomatoes from a local market we went to this morning, and fresh basil. And I just put it together. You don't need anything on it. It's just so delicious and ready to go.
I love this wine.
Yeah.
What kind of wine is this? Red wine?
Red.
Medal of Heaven! Medal of Heaven's here. Thank you for coming and joining.
How's it going in Japan? Is there snow where you are?
Okay,
Let me know.
let's put aside some of this meat right here.
Mm.
Oh, okay. This right here, let me explain what this is.
Mm-hmm.
This is a fennel, orange, and olive oil salad. And this is really special to us because it's made with this olive oil right here.
Did you guys see the Instagram video we put up of making pasta with nonna in the small town?
I got a piece of mortadella. No.
Prosciutto.
Tell them.
They basically make their own olive oil. They press it, they pick it, and they press it. And to them, they're like, it's no big deal. And when we were there, we had a salad tossed with oranges and what is this called again?
Fennel.
Fennel.
Yes.
And olive oil. And we were like, that's such a bizarre combination. And it was unbelievable. And so we asked them if we could buy their olive oil. And they don't sell it. They usually just like, they sell it, but it's not like they
trade
make
it in town for other things.
Yeah, like they barter and trade. And so we bought this from them and they just like bottled it for us fresh there.
Oh.
And it is the best olive oil I've ever consumed.
I usually don't care for olive oil. Like, whatever. But this here, I will lick a plate clean for this olive oil.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's grab
Let's get the bread.
some of the bread.
Your anchor's
right,
touching our
right
meat.
here.
Okay.
Look at this big old piece of bread.
I'm gonna try some of the fennel
Right
salad.
there.
Orange and fennel.
You see that? I feel like I just want to rip this with my hands, but I won't get even pieces. Is that good? Is it as good as what we had before, or no? I'm kind of worried.
I think the Nona's version was better. Here.
Huh?
But it's still good.
Oh.
That's still good, right?
Orange, fennel, olive oil, 3 ingredient, lovely salad.
I'm gonna answer a couple of questions here. It's hard to reach the screen is the only problem. Ugh. Thank you guys so much for super chatting. I'm so sorry that we can't answer them all because it's just so far away from us. I'm like trying to make my way in here. Nadia said she's been enjoying our little snippets on Instagram.
Oh, lovely.
Yes. Mew, is your name Mew? Because that is an amazing name. Said that she hopes that we're enjoying Rome and to make sure we check out a couple of suggestions, like a gelateria that she suggests.
Okay.
Gelateria del Teatro. And she's from London/Bangkok.
Oh, I think we went to that one, the one Del Teatro.
We might have.
Is that right by, like, right across the bridge? I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Could be.
Maybe. We've got Roxanne. Oh no, we already answered Roxanne before. Jay Gilman said, "What's been your favorite pasta to try so far?"
My favorite pasta is the handmade fettuccine that we had at
with
Nona's
Nona's
place.
house, yeah.
I think it's like Palompa that we went to, or Palombara. I don't remember the exact name.
Palombara Sabina or something.
Palombara
like that.
Sabina. And just like I helped roll some of the pasta. She like let it dry for a little bit. And it was great.
She tossed it in porcini.
Yes.
Porcini mushrooms with peas.
Yes.
And olive oil,
And
salt and pepper, and that was it.
That was it.
That was it, and it was amazing.
It was gorgeous.
Interestingly, there is not a lot of cream sauce. Like you think that when you think of Italy or
like
pasta,
a fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah, and they just don't do that. They're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I like how we have this cheese cutter, but we actually have absolutely no cheese.
What I'm absolutely loving here as well are these sun-dried tomatoes. You get a little bit of sun-dried tomato with some meat and cheese on you, and it's some good stuff. Okay, where's my Swiss cheese at?
Jay Gilman's like, stop, fettuccine is my favorite.
Girl, where's the Swiss cheese?
Swiss
That's
cheese
my
is over
favorite.
here. Hi, Steph's Planet. You are actually here during a real live stream.
And I'd like to thank Ashton Arnott for becoming a sponsor. Thank you.
This is Swiss cheese.
Oh yes, this is the stuff.
And this
that I
one
like.
is a tartuffe, which we learned is truffle.
Yes.
What's crazy is just how reasonably priced things are when you're in Europe, or at least in Italy, while like getting a tiny schmidget of cheese, if you can even find it, like when we were in Korea, was so painfully expensive. It's just so much. Cookie versus Strawberry said, do we like salty salami or not that salty? I thought all salami was extremely salty.
I never had
there was a
not salty salami. Do they have salami that's not very salty?
I'm not sure. Magic Fluffy Bunny said, it's an Italian mukbang. It is.
It is.
Yes, indeed. This is like we did not order delivery. We've been getting this prepared. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Things have gone terribly wrong.
The cheese got stuck.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to hold this down a little bit harder next time.
That gigantic loaf of bread we bought, by the way, was €1. It was €1. That's less than
pretty
$2.
nice price.
That's like a gigantic one, and I'm just like, what?
You want some of your truffle cheese as well?
I would like a tiny bit.
A tiny
Because
bit
we
of
have like
truffle
so much
cheese.
other cheeses too.
Okay, this is.
What I also like is that there's no way we can go through this all in one go. So this is like a
Really?
week to 2 weeks.
Girl, let's do it. We gotta do it for the video.
Sir, no siree, Bob. I'm going to take some.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Just pile that up there like so. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to start by ripping off some of this bread.
Adult bologna, just the way I like it.
Let me grab some of the prosciutto.
Guys, I'm so happy that you joined me today for this Italian mukbang because I have subluxed or dislocated or whatever you're going to call it. The ribs wrapping around my back.
Martina's having a bit of a tough time here.
Real rough time because all the different beds and the traveling. I had some dislocated ribs before I left Japan, but my physiotherapist like put her hands on my shoulder and was like, survive, like make it back here.
Come back to me in one piece, Martina.
So today, so far, I just woke up and then I went back to bed.
Yep.
I was like, well, here I am.
Well, we had a coffee,
we had a coffee,
and then we went back to sleep.
And I'm like, and now I'm going back to sleep.
Okay, so here I have my bread with a sun-dried tomato, some prosciutto, and my Swiss cheese. Oh, the crust of that bread. So crunchy.
Alyssa wants to know if your tattoo is finished.
Not even close.
No, sir.
I'm not even halfway done. Still got a lot to go. You haven't even got to the color part yet.
That's true. Oh, man.
How's your mortadella taste? What's it taste like?
Fantastic.
It just hurts to swallow.
That's a girl?
Yeah, because
I'm
of my
sorry.
rib. Ribs are so important.
Take small bites.
No, it's the pushing it over the rib part that's hurting.
You know what can help? Washing it down with some red wine.
Rumor has it. Rumor has it. Here we go.
This is like a jammy wine. It tastes of dark cherries.
Yeah, man. Let's sit down and have a jam. Is that what you mean?
Very jammy wine.
Not like that?
No.
Okay,
man, I love
Raphael
this
said that we should peel the salami.
We should peel the salami.
So
Okay,
then-
peel it.
Just like, if Simon's already cut it, how do I peel it at this point?
With your teeth.
I could just eat the inside of it.
You can do that. There you go.
I'll be like, how.
Oh man, this is so delicious.
Oolong Tea, the actual tea, asked us where we are staying. We are staying at an Airbnb in Trastevere. Trastevere! I feel like I can't pronounce anything properly, but if I scream really hard with an accent, then it might sound right. So we're in Rome.
Yes.
We've been here for 5 days now, and so far we haven't seen a single tourist thing. Not that we don't want to.
Where's the olive oil at?
Just gotta know your limits, take your time, and I think that if you like push yourself really hard to go see everything, it can be unpleasant. I'm sure some of you guys have experienced before, you know, like pushing yourself to go try to jam everything into one day. Like, you know, you're only in a country, like people travel to Tokyo, and we'll often hear people being in Japan for 1 week, and in that 1 week they'll go to Tokyo, Osaka, and Kyoto, and it can be really exhausting.
Yeah, no, we're
do
just taking our time, slow and steady. I didn't put any of this goat cheese on yet.
Okay, maybe a pronunciation here.
Trastevere. Trastevere. Where do we put the emphasis? Trastevere. Buongiorno. Has anyone seen Inglourious Basterds?
When Brad Pitt pretends to be Italian, he's like, don't worry, I can speak Italian. And he goes to an event and he's like, Buongiorno. And everyone knows he's obviously not Italian.
That's how I'm feeling here.
You guys want to hear how fresh this is? I'm going to come over there.
Okay.
And I'm going to snap a bean. Snap a bean.
Snap a bean. That's a
Did
good
you hear
snap
that?
a bean. Where'd you get that bean, girl?
From the market this morning.
What market?
Hang on a second. I'll make it clap. I couldn't do it back.
Great song, girl. Bomb. That was amazing.
I tried to do a Sean Paul song. It did not work. I'll make it snap.
Tell me about the market.
So this morning, starting at 7 a.m., because of our jet lag, we've been awake since like 6. We went down the street and we went to.
I like how we say because of our jet lag, we woke up at a time that most people wake up. That goat cheese is so good. Oh my god, I'm so distracted. Please, keep telling me about the market.
And we went out to this marketplace. Wait a second! Isn't this that technique Simon does when he makes me talk and he eats all my food?
Girl, we have way too much food here. Describe it to the audience.
No.
They need to know what this is like.
You know what? You guys all know what's about to happen.
Okay.
Simon's gonna eat all my food. You describe it.
I'll describe the market because I don't think anyone knows what we're doing here. We woke up.
We're eating cheese and meat.
Well, we gotta describe this for people as well. We went down to the market in by Trastevere, and like we walked down the street, we turned right, we made a left, we made another right. They had this big open area, and like right along the wall there were like all these like stalls with the shutters they could like lift up and down. And in one of them there was a cheese stall, another one was a fish stall, another one was a meat stall, and in front of them all they had all these little, they had this big overarching like tent over different stalls that had like fresh produce and a whole bunch of blood oranges, and this is where you got the basil that you're gonna see here.
And the tomatoes.
We got the tomatoes there also? Oh, we got the basil and the tomatoes there, and we got some of these oranges, these amazing oranges.
Also, it's so much cheaper to buy local food than it is to go to eat out every single day. If you're going on vacation, being able to like go to an Airbnb and cook your own food, it might be more inconvenient that you have to go shopping, but I love shopping. I think it's amazing, you know? Being able to see what the produce is. Like, I didn't know what this was. I didn't know what this gigantic thing was.
I've seen fennel before. I've never actually cooked with fennel. And this isn't necessarily cooking. We just chopped it and put some olive oil on it and put some oranges with it also.
That's cheese. Could you pass me a napkin over there?
Here's my sweetheart.
I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Music World said, do you think they want to go to Japan but they have an anxiety? Like, do you think that you can go by yourself or should you find a friend to come with me? Japan is actually very good for solo travel.
I think so, yeah.
When you go to like an izakaya or someplace to eat, Japan is made to have places where you can eat alone. And if you're eating at an izakaya like Bakurai, like our favorite one, you can sit at the counter and everybody will just kind of chat and ask you where you're from and you can easily make friends. So I never think of it as the kind of place where you need to actually know somebody. You could also go to Korea the same way, but there is a different culture in the sense that there's no like solo eating. So we had a couple of friends that visited Korea by themselves and said that they had a hard time going for like samgyeopsal or grilled meat because you cannot be served like by one person. They want you to order like for 2 or 3. So I think there is a little bit of a difference when it comes to like how easy it is to eat alone and travel alone.
This bread is just so spongy and aerated.
Speaking of which,
you can taste the egginess of it. This is great stuff.
People have been asking about Mr. Spudster. So for those of you who don't know, Spudgy had the spinal cord surgery on Christmas.
Yes.
And he pulled through that. We're such a proud of the little guy for pushing on. And he, right now, we hired a pet sitter. So the doctor said that all he needs to do is rest a bit. And he's got a back leg brace for walking.
Little harness,
Yep, and we've been getting messages, and he has been walking on his own a lot more. He's starting to get his leg movement back, and they said he basically needs to get the muscle back. And I've already seen an improvement in his attitude. Like, he always had a good attitude, but he was very, like, tired, like, sleeping all the time. Because he was in pain. Like
so much
his
pain.
mom.
Oh,
Break my heart. I'm so sorry, little boy. But he didn't say anything, you know? And so we saw now that after the surgery, I think he's feeling elevated that his pain is gone. And he wants to, like, trot about the house. And he's already peed all over the rug.
Somebody has asked if we've met any Italian nasties. We've met a few already.
Yes, we have.
We were outside of Pim's Good.
Yep.
Sitting there, and a girl...
Studying abroad now.
Studying abroad. I think her name starts with an M. Something
with awesome hair, by the way.
With awesome hair, we like talked there. We talked with her for a bit. She was there with an Italian guy who had no idea who we were. So we told her that we're born stars. Love telling people that. And then yesterday,
Ali and Savannah,
we met at the Bonci Pizzeria, and they actually shared some of their pizza with us because we went there and we just got one slab. The way that you order pizza here is totally different than what I'm used to.
Guys.
Instead of like ordering by the slice, they have these long pizzas that just look like very long canoes. You could say, best shape I could think of.
Flatbreads?
Like a really long flatbread.
Flatbread, yeah.
And then when you like ask for a pizza, then they'll pick it up and they'll bring scissors and they're like, do you want me to cut this much or do you want me to cut this much? So we just got one little strip of it. What was the one that we had?
We had one with
it had cheese on it,
ricotta,
ricotta,
and prosciutto, and something else.
I think like a green rocket was on top of it as well.
Also, oh gosh, it just went past. We were talking about fennel. I can't reach it.
And the point is, we only ordered one piece for ourselves because I don't want to like order too much because we like to go to lots of different places and explore as much as we can.
And what's great is that like it's easy to afford that if you're like if you go to a place and you have to order a whole pizza, you got to pay for the whole pizza. But if you go to the pizza places in Italy where you're just ordering an amount, you can be like, I want this tiny strip of pizza, and they weigh it and then they tell you the price. So you can eat like a small little prices along the way and gather it would be like a full meal in your tummy.
These tomatoes are so vibrant and red and just
Wonderful.
Lord, I love a good tomato.
Let me reach across here and do something.
I love a good tomato.
Why won't this scroll down?
See, you dragged it and you broke it.
How did I break it?
Yeah, don't scroll up. If you scroll down, it's broken.
What do you mean? I scroll up?
No, girl, it's just broken
scroll down?
altogether.
Our chat group here is broken. We can't quite see you guys.
Okay, just look at we can't do anything there.
Yeah. What the heck?
All right.
Well, anyhow, someone just recently super chatted and asked if fennel tastes like licorice and if we like it because we've been very anti-licorice people. I do not like fennel when you eat it on its own. Like if you just have fennel, it tastes like black licorice.
Yes.
But when you have it with oranges tossed with like an olive oil, it definitely tastes like a crunchy apple almost. Like it has like a freshness in your mouth.
It has a faint taste of licorice to it, but it's not overwhelmingly like Swedish candy licorice, which is just way too much.
Yeah, or Norwegian or Finnish, which is too intense for our frail Canadian mindsets when it comes to licorice.
What am I going to have next here? Ripping some of this bread. It is so satisfying to rip bread like this. I'm going to grab another sun-dried tomato. What meat? Oh, I haven't had the salami. Got to peel the skin off of this salami all around.
Ecclesia says, have we tried soupli with pizza? I don't even know what these words are. What is that?
How do they spell soupli?
S-U-P-P-L-I? Or S-U-P-L-I?
No, I don't know what that is. I haven't tried that at all.
Destry Tucker said, how do we navigate conversations?
I'm surprised a lot of people speak English here, like really well. And they always apologize and like, I'm sorry to let you down, but my English isn't as proficient as I would like it to be.
I'm so sorry, sir, that I was unable to. I'm like, it's fantastic.
Your English is a lot better than my Italian, so don't apologize.
Yeah.
What we've been doing is, every place that we go, instead of like coming with like a guidebook of telling us where we need to go, we found a place that looked interesting, and then we would ask the people working there, like, you live in Rome, where do you go to eat? And they would give us a list of 3. And we go to one of those 3 places, we'd eat there, we'd love it, and then we ask the people there, hey, where is your favorite place to go? Because I don't really trust a lot of the like BBC articles or whatnot that just like slap stuff as quickly as they can. I would rather ask people living in Rome, where is it that they go to eat?
So far we've asked our taxi drivers to write down some locations for us. Not hotel desks people, like people that like the Airbnb host, asking people at different bakeries. So you just kind of jump from place to place based on it. And you guys know we're explorers, so we just like wandering down side streets and finding a shop. And frankly, if you don't speak the language and you can't read it and they don't speak Italian or they don't speak English, we just pick random things off the menu. Like we went to that last place where I had no idea what I ordered.
Was it? It's called like the
mechanic or
mechanismo.
Yeah.
It was a machine something, and the front of it had these like gears that were rotating by the bar and whatnot. And Martina ordered something. She had no idea what it was. I ordered something weird. I think it was called like a hamburger.
This guy.
I was very nervous about what to order.
He told me the only thing we could read on the menu was the hamburger section. There were 3 hamburgers, and then everything else was Italian. And we said, let's order something random. So I said, I'm going to order this. I didn't know anything about it. The guy turns to Simon and says, well, what do you want? Simon's like, panicked.
No, I asked him, I said, what do you recommend? Right? And he said, I recommend the hamburger. So be it! I should have like stuck to my guns and ordered something that I didn't know whatsoever.
But to be fair,
it was a good burger.
It was a spinach bacon hamburger, and it was really, really good, is what I'm saying here. They told us what it was. It was a fried, kind of like a fried onigiri. It's like a fried rice, like a risotto that's been fried. The soupli. Gioli said, Gioli Fontana. Are we going to visit north of Italy as well? We're pretty much just trying to explore Rome because I won't be able to handle too much traveling.
Right.
I can barely handle one day.
Yeah. But we really like the way that we always recommend people travel. You just go to one neighborhood and explore that neighborhood. You're not going to be able to get in a whole country in like 2 weeks or so. We've been in Japan for 2 years now. In a few days, it will be our 2-year anniversary in Japan. And there's still so much we haven't explored. So just dig into a neighborhood, walk around, speak with people, make friends. Like the guy at this place, who, like the butcher shop, that like they serve their wine. Roberto is his name, the guy that looks like Mr. Rogers. We go there every day, he recognizes us. Make closer connections that way, rather than trying to get as much in as you can.
Vanessa asked what we do if we order something that we don't like. I don't feel like I've ever ordered something that I couldn't eat. Even if I didn't like it,
Yesterday we went to a fancy place and we didn't like any of it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna go back to the pizzeria.
Yeah.
See ya. But what I will say is, do you guys remember the story we told you way back when we first arrived in Korea? We didn't read Korean yet. We didn't speak Korean yet.
Oh, look at that.
Looks pretty amazing, Ducky.
This
Cut
is
me a
that-
piece, please.
Oh, that's so peppery.
Cut me a piece.
Remember when we tried to order samgyeopsal and by mistake we ordered just pure fat and they gave us a gigantic pile of fat? That was the only thing I've ever been able to like not finish eating.
Yeah.
Because the texture and like it wasn't cooked properly. Not properly. I mean, at the time, my mindset was like,
Not
what
cooked
is
to our
this?
liking. Yeah.
And that was the time that we faked a phone call and left. And then the guys were like, don't worry, we'll pack it up for you. And they were so kind. And we were like, what are we going to do with this? Meanwhile, 8 years later, I love that.
Right.
I love that Korean fat. But at the time, it was like the worst that you do is eat as much as you can and you leave. You know? And you go, okay, well, I got to kind of like figure this out. But exactly, Suzanne Taylor said nothing in Italy is not delicious.
Yeah.
Like, there's just nothing that I'm eating that I'm going like, I can't consume this.
And even if you don't like something, so what?
Yeah.
You'll have many more meals in the future. If you
Yeah.
have one thing that you don't like, it's an experience, it's a story you could tell afterwards.
Yeah.
That fat story that like we were talking about, it's one of my favorite stories ever to tell.
Yeah, and
About
it's
just exploring.
yeah, and it's amazing how you change your things that you don't necessarily like, you'll change in the future, you know? I think it would be tougher if you're allergic to things, like if you have like a, is it really good? I'm going in for it, I'm going in for it.
How have I avoided this?
And when you order things like meat and cheese, you can order tiny amounts. Like, we order this like tiny wedge of cheese, so it costs you like $2, $3. Like, you're not buying like a $40 purchase. You're buying like little things that you can kind of, you know. Antisocial said, how big is that B&B? It is nonsense big.
This is pretty big.
From the pictures online, I didn't think it was going to be this big.
No.
It's an absolutely gorgeous place. He said it's his family's place. His mom is like literally on the
So
wall.
there's a famous pasta in Italy, and there's a poster on the wall. My fingers are too greasy to turn the camera around. His mom was the model for it. So I think they're pretty loaded, and they have this really nice, gorgeous place. My favorite
But it's
is
cheaper to do this than a hotel.
yeah, this is cheaper than a hotel. Why? I don't want to do hotels. B&B is so much better. We're looking at the balcony here, and we see like the clothes rack. This is This touches my heart so much, like because they have that little like clothes line that goes across. The bolt is drilled into the other building. Somebody's hanging their bed sheets and their old woman underwear. You know what kind of underwear I'm talking about. There's like the underwear that you fit, and then you get to an age in which you're just like, I'm gonna wear this baggy, nondescript underwear. Whole bunch of hanging with clothespins that people actually use to pin clothes with.
Lovely.
When's the last time you've seen somebody use a clothespin for clothes?
Yeah, to this
Well,
afternoon.
this right here, right?
Somebody said that they have a lot of food restrictions and allergies. Then that's why having an Airbnb or not being a place where you have to eat out all the time is a good idea. Because we haven't been eating out that much. We've been eating out when we're exploring, but we haven't been like, if you're at a hotel food is insanely expensive.
Yeah.
You can't afford, like, it makes me furious. Like when we were staying in Korea and we stayed at a hotel once, when we were with Seokbok and Busan, they would charge for like a can of beer $10 for something that you could get for $1
It was obscene.
at the convenience store right beside it. But if you're a tourist or if you're a visitor, you know, you think like, wow, Korean beer, or like, wow, Japanese sake, and it's like so expensive. So it's so much easier to go out and actually buy what you know that you can eat, you know?
Lim Name says, how's the weather in Rome right now? The weather right now is what is it? It's 13 degrees.
Quite mild.
It's very mild. Yesterday, I went outside in just a t-shirt and a blazer at night, and I was totally fine. I think maybe because I was just like really overheated. I don't know how I got so overheated, but like everyone else is like all bundled up. But it's just completely. It's very similar to like Japan weather, except maybe like slightly warmer. I'd say right now.
I wish I could find a way to check out the super chats, but the super chat screen,
Super chat window broke.
it is broken for some reason.
Hold on. Let me close the super chat window
We're gonna try to restart it.
and reopen it right here so I could see what people are saying.
Because usually when you're in the chat group, we can see the chat group, and then there's a super chat group, so it stays slower. But the screen is totally bust, and I cannot see it at all.
There we go. Got it now.
Kristen's like, you and your Celsius. Hey, everyone in the entire world uses Celsius but the States.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's another country that uses it, so...
No, the super chat window's still broken. So we have like from Kiwi and Bun Bun.
Hey, Antisocial says they want to travel, but they have a wheelchair, which makes them stop. But seeing us, you can travel with your wheelchair. Our friend Annika came to visit us in Japan when we met her originally in Australia as well, in Melbourne, and she traveled with her wheelchair.
Yes.
She said it was very stressful at first, the idea of organizing the trip with her wheelchair, but she said once she actually traveled, she was like, why haven't I done this already?
I've seen lots of people outside in wheelchairs. I've seen lots of people
Yep.
with crutches,
Crutches,
as
walkers.
well. And all these cobblestones are really difficult to walk on. I've
Yep.
got 2 bum ankles and I'm just
Yep.
like holding on for dear life, just
Yep.
trying not to tip over.
Not to mention that, like, I don't have a wheelchair at this point, but sometimes I have to use a wheelchair through the airports because it's too much for me when I'm traveling on the plane and I'm getting off. And the worst that happens is that you have to wait. So you wait you get on the plane first, so you're all like, yeah. And then when you get off the plane, you just have to wait. So everybody else gets off the plane first, and then they wait for you with a wheelchair, and then they push you through the airport. So that's quite nice. But if you have your own wheelchair, it's the same thing. They'll like unpack it for you and help you back off the plane and everything. But I've never had a problem, even when I had my cane on a plane,
No.
that everybody's quite lovely and like, if I had to go to the washroom and it was like wobbly, they would come help me. Like, it's, you know what I mean?
I hope that if people like watch our videos and you're like worried about traveling with a disability, that we can encourage you to be comfortable in order to like, because we've seen people in like really like not the best health go out there and have phenomenal experiences. Try not to let that hold you back.
And even if you can't travel to the other side of the world, a small experience, like if you want to get started on like, what is it like for me to travel with my wheelchair or my crutches, or if you have a bag, like if you have to go to the washroom, like if you have Crohn's and you have a condition where your washroom bag is on the outside of your body, right? You can try going to one city over or a tiny town over and seeing how you handle that. And then take note of what you need. For example, I always have to travel with my own pillow.
Yeah.
I travel with ice packs. I travel with my KT tape, my pain patches. I have my medicine. I have my medical papers ready in case someone tells me that I can't have my medicine. Like, it is definitely more work.
When we went to Palombara, like before, like they wound up asking, they wanted to do a little detour, and they said, you know, like, do you want to go visit this castle? And I just asked, you know, like, is it, what's it called? Accessible.
Oh yeah, is it accessible? Or is there
Right,
there
because
an
like
elevator?
Martina sometimes uses a cane, and they're like, no, it's not necessarily accessible. And you know, like the day that we went, you know, we had a good time. You were able to climb up there,
But I wouldn't have been able to go up all the stairs.
Right.
If we were going to go to the top, I wouldn't have been able to make it, which is okay, you know. But we were able to do a little bit of the stuff.
Yeah, and then we still wound up having an absolutely fantastic experience.
Do you remember when we went to Kyoto and there was that really beautiful view at the top of the gigantic staircase, and I was like, I can't do that. And so I just didn't. And I looked around and I saw the other things around me instead, you know? So it really is an argument with yourself. It's like a constant argument, whether you have a disability or not, like even just mentally when you're feeling down or depressed or low, it's that argument with yourself to keep going or to try something. And it can be frustrating where you feel totally upset that, you know, I'm spending time in bed when I should be exploring Rome. Like, why did I pay for this vacation? Why did I come out here? Just gotta know your limits, you know, like, just gotta know are we great chefs? Can I cook pasta from scratch instantly?
Now we can.
Well, no.
Well, now we can.
Okay, sure.
Nona's recipe, she taught us well.
I'm trying to make a point here,
Yes.
which is I'm not a master chef. So if I tried to make pasta for the first time and it wasn't perfect, would I get mad at myself? Would I be like, come on! Like, you did this once, you should be perfect! No. It's the same thing, you know?
Bram, 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 bram,
I'm
bram.
not ready.
Bram, 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 bram.
I'm not doing.
Bram, 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 bram,
I don't like
bram.
mixing my flavors.
Bram, bram, bram. This is where the airplane starts circling around the airport. Bram, oh, Bram, 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 bram.
Fine, just put it in my mouth.
Bram, bram, bram. That's what she said. Bram, 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 bram. She said it. Bram, bram, bram. Oh.
I don't like mixing my two.
I love this bread.
Forecast said, why am I watching people eat cheese and talk about depression at 2 a.m.? Because why not? That's why. Why not?
Come grab some meat and cheese and eat with us.
Tiny2819 said, my husband and I both have problems with digestion and anxiety. They said they never leave their house without a bunch of meds and aids just in case. Exactly. And kind of like get yourself your little travel thing, you know, like your travel sack of things that you need to leave. Like Kogi comes with me everywhere.
I'll tell you, I'm starting to get a little full.
Are you?
And sleepy.
You would be, wouldn't you?
It's a white shirt. Can I rub my greasy face all over you?
No, you can't, sir.
I'm not full yet because you've just been eating while I've been being like, da-na-na-na, travel the world. So if you want to answer some super chatters now, I will continue consuming food. I also can't read the screen from here.
The screen is so far.
So small.
I can't zoom into the screen
so small.
and see what's happening. Huh. Okay, here we go.
Let me know what's going on while I eat some more food.
I'm going to say yes to Annie K. Just put it in my mouth. I'm glad you got that.
Good.
Dodd Happy says, when are you coming to France? I'm not sure when we'll go. Maybe for like a different vacation. The reason why we're doing this like little charcuterie board here is because when we were in Paris like many years ago, we did a little video about it.
Where's the bread?
Oh, you want some more bread, love?
Yeah.
Let me cut some bread for you.
Continue.
When we were in Paris, one of my favorite memories was just going to the local markets and grabbing...
We were also at an Airbnb.
We were at an Airbnb, grabbing some fresh produce from one spot, grabbing some pate from another spot, grabbing some cheese from a third spot, croissants from a fourth spot, and just going around.
It was so nice.
And experiencing that stuff. I enjoy this experience more than a lot of the restaurants that we go to.
What do you mean, in here or?
No, I just mean like in general.
Oh,
like,
sitting around and
yes, sitting around because like you and me, if we could sit down and like have like some wine that we open, like have all this spread in front of us.
I can stand up and stretch my SI.
Exactly. This is really enjoyable. I don't have to worry about like what I could say around other people. I can make crude jokes without being judged.
Somebody doesn't have pants on. That's what you don't know.
Do I have pants on?
We'll never know.
Should I have pants on?
I don't know.
Maybe. So this is why, I don't even remember what the question was at first. Why am I doing this? I do this because of love. Oh, why are we going to France? So, I hope that we could go to France again and experience that because I haven't really seen a lot of pâtés here and I am hankering for some of that pâté that I had back in our days of Paris. I say our days in Paris is that we spend many. It was only 3 days.
Yeah.
But it was a good 3 days.
It was in between our European tour.
Right, exactly. Oh gosh.
What you were trying to be doing was you were going to get up and read the super chats because I can't with my tiny eyesight.
I can't see from here. It's too small. I had linguine. I can't fix it.
Here we go. Falcon182 said I had linguine al arrabbiata. So that's linguine with spicy, isn't it?
Arabica
is spice, isn't it?
I thought Arabica is spice.
In Rome, from a tiny cafe near the Trevi Fountain, and I was blown away by the pasta. It was perfectly al dente. Al dente, or is it al dente? Dente, dante. Guys, help me. Den dan.
Heck Bazil says we should not go to Paris this time, but we should go to Bordeaux. A lot of people are actually telling us. I'll tell you what's weird, because we told you before about how we speak to the people that are working here, and a lot of people are just saying, "Hey, get out of Rome, go to other parts. You're not getting the good stuff in Rome." Right? They're like, you should go down
If this is not the good stuff, then I don't even know what to do with myself.
This is tremendous. I am very satisfied here. I know that there are a lot of tourists in Rome, and that like a lot of like places might be like dedicated and focused on catering to tourists.
Yeah.
I'm thoroughly enjoying myself. Maybe the next time we come to Italy, we could explore another less touristy part and see what the food's like there. But there's nothing wrong with any of this right here.
I think it's just that if you live in Rome,
yeah,
they know what they have in a town.
Right.
So they think like, this isn't what I'm used to growing up. Like you have that feeling of like, my hometown is better. I'm sure you guys have similar feelings. If you're from a certain area where your mom or your grandmother or your dad, like they cook something and then you go to the city and you're like, this is not good at all.
Different areas have different styles of food, just like in like Japan. The udon in Kyoto is very different from the udon in Tokyo, which is very different from the udon in Fukuoka. All 3 different styles. It's not that one is bad and another one is wrong. It's just you have a preference for some things. I prefer the noodles of Tokyo and the broth of Fukuoka, while I find Kyoto style a bit too soft and sweet for me. You know, that's my preference. So that's why when some people like said, oh, you know, like this isn't the accurate stuff in Rome, maybe every region just has like a different flavor profile that they're used to working with.
You had a really good question from Hilda.
Which was?
She said, since you're an introvert,
Yes.
like she is,
Yes.
when you travel with other people, how do you not get irritated and want to kill them when you need that like time off?
If I ever travel with other people and I need time off, I just go by myself. Be like, I'll see you later. I'm gonna go to my room and read myself.
Very straightforward people. Like
I'm unapologetically like, if I need to recover, why like people know like how I am, and sometimes I just need time by myself, and I'll be able to say, sorry, can't do much more. Maybe we could do something else tomorrow. No, there's no shame in that.
No, it doesn't even matter that people know who you are, because we had new friends that you had to get to know, and you said to them, this is nothing. No one did anything wrong.
Yeah.
I just need some time alone.
I'm just tired.
I'm gonna go play a video game on my like phone. I'm gonna go unwind. So I'm just straightforward with people.
Some people run marathons. Some people talk marathons, and I feel a lot better just being able to think to myself.
Marathon talker.
You're a marathon talker right here. I think this might be my last bite. No, I gotta get. This was my favorite right here. What was this called again? This little head cheese.
Copia. Something.
It's got meat and it's got like a jelly texture. It's like very gelatinized in between. I know some people are gonna be like, ew. Trust me, this is not ew. This is just absolutely delightful.
Hey, William Chen said thanks for the shout out in the fan video. I might have screamed in the gym. William was like, Wah!
William Chen has been a phenomenal part of our community
for a very long time. Yeah. William said he's starting his Masters of Teaching soon. Any advice? Oh man. My advice would be this. You're going to learn a lot of stuff in school about how to teach, and a lot of them will be very useful, but the reality is you have to assess the classroom that you're in. Once you go to a classroom, if you know that your kids are super like, ooh, pick me, and they're really motivated already, then you're going to have to up your level of challenge. But the classroom that I had in Toronto, I had not in Windsor, I had a lot of kids that didn't expect to graduate from high school. They had already been kind of kicked down, and people were like, you know, you're a loser, this and that, and so I had to spend the whole time being like, it doesn't matter if you go to university or college. I had to build up their confidence and to say that, you know, I know high school is difficult. These are frustrating, but here's why you need it. It was a totally different technique, you know. A lot of them had a hard time and couldn't read, and so they felt very frustrated if we had to read out loud in class. So you have to assess the situation. You can't just take like a textbook thing and say, now we're all going to do this activity, because if your students feel sad or low confident, how are they going to join in? And then they'll act out, you know, then they'll be like rude or mean, and everyone's like, why are they mean? It's because they're frustrated. You know, wouldn't you be frustrated if there was something you had to do that you couldn't do in front of everyone? So that would be my advice.
All right. I think that's going to be it for today. I'm ready to take a nap. We've been talking for almost an hour now, and I can't talk marathons.
Official Crystal Sings said Simon stole my food when I was talking.
What? Simon stole your food when you were talking? Who? Your food's still there.
Did I have cheese here?
What happened? What happened to your cheese?
Can you eat my cheese?
I'll always cut you some more cheese, girl.
I'll always cut you some more cheese.
I'll always cut cheese for my
I'll always
wife.
cut cheese for you.
I'll cut cheese for everybody here.
Do you think every country has the same joke about farting and cheese?
No, because I don't think that in Japan people cut the cheese.
In your country where you're from, do you make the joke about somebody cut the cheese and cutting the cheese has to do with farting? Please let me know. This
I honestly don't think so.
Why? Because cheese
profoundly no.
Cheese smells a certain way, and so everywhere around the world should be like someone cut the cheese. I'm just saying.
Oh boy. I want to thank you to Dynamic Duo for super chatting.
What's been our favorite moment in Italy so far?
What has been my favorite? Honestly, my favorite moment was the first time that we actually did this. The first time that we sat down.
Maybe just 2 days ago.
This was just 2 days ago.
Yeah.
We sat down at this Airbnb. We cut everything. Like we enjoyed this bottle of wine. And we talked to each other a lot. And I just really enjoy, like, when I noticed when we go out in public and we sit down in restaurants and look at other couples, I don't think they talk to each other as much as we do. I really appreciate that I could... Funny side story. One Italian person that I was speaking with, I was talking about like different like headphones because he's really into music. He's like, oh, this headphone's good, this headphone's good. He's like, I really like this headphone. When my wife talks too much, you could just put it on and you don't have to listen to her. I'm like, that's seeming a little bit sexist right there. I like hearing you talk all the time. I like talking with you. And
Thanks,
being
Becky.
able to sit down here, look at the sun coming in through the window, have some good meat and cheese and bread, a glass of wine, and just like talk about our dreams, the future. This is.
Do you want me to tell
I'm
you
so happy with this.
about the most recent Japanese drama that I'm watching?
What is it?
No, I'm just laughing because that's the only thing Simon hates listening to.
I'll listen to it because I love you. So I hope that we could have shared this kind of experience with you as well, of us sitting down over like our little charcuterie board with some meats and cheeses.
Before we sign off, I want to show people the view, and we'll sign off from there. So because I'm worried the internet's going to cut out because it's
I
not.
don't think these walls
We have
are way
very
too
unreliable internet. Like if we go into the next room, it just cuts out totally. So when I get up and show you guys outside, if it cuts off, that's the goodbye. That's the goodbye.
Are you going to show people the old
underwear.
Ladyroos?
Yes, I am.
And a couple people asked if we're ever going to visit England. We will. We must
We
visit
must,
England. at one
without a
point.
doubt.
We have not visited it. We've only been at the airport, so we absolutely will.
All right.
Guys, happy morning, evening, sleep, wherever you are.
Wherever you are.
You've helped me discover the fact that people do not do the cheese joke around the world. A lot of people said that they do not use the cheese fart joke.
People have told us that meat jelly is called copa.
I said
So
copa.
I've learned that as well. Thank you for
Yes.
that.
Thank you guys so much. I'm so sorry we couldn't answer the super chats because our screen completely messed up. Next
But
time
we
we'll
have
them
them
more
open so we
organized.
could read them on
We're
our
gonna
own.
read
We
them afterwards,
read
yeah.
all of your messages afterwards. So
Yeah.
if we can't read them out loud in public, we read these to ourselves because
Yes.
we keep these chat windows open.
And
afterwards.
Jerry, we are doing our podcasts from Italy. So next, he asked if we're doing our podcast. So
Yeah, we recorded one, but we sent it a bit too late. But there is one coming
there's
next week
one
for sure.
coming. Okay, let me see
Goodbye,
if we
everyone.
can make this without losing it.
I hope that it'll work. Look at our
Look at this beautiful
wonderful spread with my great ducky.
kitchen. Look at this ridiculous balcony. Guys, come on. What is happening here? And there's the
Outside.
underwear outside and the beautiful view out there. Bye, guys.
We'll see you next time.
I don't know how to stop this, so.
You gotta push this button right
Bye,
here.
guys.
Take care, everyone.